The billionaire chose the small roadside diner on purpose, wearing a faded jacket and ordinary shoes, blending in with truck drivers and tired workers as he slid into a cracked vinyl booth near the window. His name was Henry Caldwell, but no one there knew it. To the world, he was a powerful man who owned companies and towers. But today he wanted to test something he felt money had stolen from him long ago: faith in people. The young waitress who approached him carried herself with quiet grace, her uniform slightly worn, her smile genuine, not forced. She greeted him warmly and refilled his coffee before he even asked. Henry watched closely as she moved from table to table, patient with rude customers, kind to a lonely old woman counting coins. When his simple breakfast was finished, he placed a $5 bill on the table as a tip, an insultingly small amount compared to the service she had given. Then he waited, expecting disappointment, anger, maybe a sarcastic remark. Instead, the waitress returned, gently pushed the bill back toward him, and softly said, "Sir, I think you need this more than I do today." Henry looked up, surprised, and asked why. She smiled and said, "Because kindness isn't measured in money, and I don't want you leaving here thinking you disappointed me. I'm grateful for your business, not your tip." Something inside Henry cracked open. He asked her name. She said it was Lily, a single mother working double shifts to put her son through school. She spoke without bitterness, only hope. Henry asked what she would do if she had all the money in the world. She paused and said, "I'd make sure no child goes to bed thinking they're a burden." That night, Henry returned to his penthouse but couldn't sleep. Lily's words echoed in his mind louder than boardroom deals and stock numbers. The next morning, he visited his lawyer and requested a full rewrite of his will, removing distant relatives who never called, canceling donations that existed only for publicity, and creating a foundation focused on education, dignity, and quiet acts of help. He named it after his late wife, who once believed kindness could change the world. Weeks later, Henry returned to the diner, this time in a suit. The staff froze when they recognized him from the news. Lily didn't. She greeted him the same way as before. He handed her a letter instead of a tip. Inside was a scholarship for her son, a paid education for her, and a position as director of community outreach for his new foundation. Lily's hands shook as tears filled her eyes. Henry smiled and said, "You didn't pass my test. You rewrote it," as he stood to leave. He left a tip again, this time generous. But it wasn't the money that mattered, it was the lesson that true wealth listens, true power learns. And sometimes a $5 test reveals a $1 million heart. If this story touched your heart, then like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Voice for more emotional and inspiring stories every day.